Welcome, dear listener. I'm grateful that you are here exactly in this moment. You've arrived at a quiet place, a space created for rest, calm, and gentle release. Wherever you are listening from, allow yourself to settle. There is nothing you need to do right now, nothing you need to fix. This time is just for you. In this video, you will hear a gentle Zen Buddhist story designed to guide your mind toward deep sleep and inner peace. You don't need to focus too hard on the words. Simply let them flow over you, like a soft breeze passing through an open window. If your thoughts wander, that's perfectly okay. Gently return to the sound of my voice whenever you notice. As you listen, I invite you to stay until the end of this journey. Each part is carefully paced to help your body relax more deeply and your mind grow quieter, step by step. Even if you fall asleep along the way, your mind will continue to absorb the calm intention behind these words. Before we begin, I softly invite you, if this space feels comforting, to subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you allow yourself to return here again, whenever you need rest, stillness, or peace at the end of a long day. New calming stories are shared regularly, always created with care and quiet intention. Now find a comfortable position. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw relax. Allow your breathing to slow naturally. You are safe here. You are supported here. When you're ready, gently close your eyes. And let the journey inward begin. I sit quietly, aware of the gentle rhythm of my breathing. In this moment, there is nowhere I need to go, nothing I need to achieve. The world feels softer here. Each breath enters like a calm visitor and leaves without asking anything in return. I allow my shoulders to loosen, as if the weight I've been carrying has finally been set down beside me. I imagine myself walking slowly along a narrow path leading to an old Zen temple hidden among tall trees. The air is cool and clean. With every step, my thoughts grow quieter, as if they know this is not the place to make noise. Gravel softly crunches beneath my feet, and the sound grounds me in the present moment. I am not thinking about yesterday. I am not worried about tomorrow. I am only here. As I reach the temple gate, I pause. I notice how still everything is. Even the wind seems to move with care. I take a deeper breath, feeling it fill my chest, then gently release it. With the breath out, I let go of tension I didn't realize I was holding. Behind my eyes, in my jaw, in my hands. My fingers relax one by one. I step inside and sit on the cool wooden floor. The silence is not empty. It feels full, like a quiet companion sitting beside me. I listen, not with my ears, but with my whole body. In this silence, I begin to notice myself again. Not the version of me that rushes or worries, but the one that simply exists. My thoughts still appear, but now they move slowly like clouds drifting across a wide sky. I do not chase them. I do not push them away. I watch them pass and return gently to my breathing. In and out. Each breath feels like a soft wave washing the shore of my mind, smoothing rough edges. I remind myself that peace is not something I need to find. It is something I remember. It has always been here, waiting patiently beneath the noise. As my breathing becomes slower, my body understands that it is safe to rest. My heartbeat steadies. My face softens. Even my eyelids feel heavy, as if they know it is time to let go. I allow myself to be exactly as I am in this moment. No fixing, no judging, just being. The calm I feel now spreads gently through me, like warm light moving from my chest to my arms, my legs, my feet. I sink deeper into stillness, carried by the quiet, ready to continue this peaceful journey inward. I remember the first time I met the Zen master. I did not recognize him as a master at all. He was sweeping fallen leaves from a stone path, moving slowly as if time itself had agreed to wait for him. I watched from a distance, wondering why such a simple act felt so meaningful. Each sweep was gentle, unhurried, and complete. Nothing extra, nothing missing. I approached him quietly, carrying a question that had lived inside me for a long time. My mind was crowded back then, full of unfinished thoughts and silent worries. When I stood before him, he did not look up right away. He continued sweeping, fully present with the sound of straw brushing against stone. Finally, he stopped and met my eyes. His gaze was calm, not curious, not judgmental, just open. I told him I wanted peace. I said my mind never rested, even when my body was still. I explained how I carried the weight of yesterday and the fear of tomorrow everywhere I went. He listened without interrupting, as if my words were leaves falling naturally to the ground. When I finished, he nodded once and handed me the broom. "Sweep," he said softly. I felt confused, even a little disappointed. I had expected wisdom in the form of words, maybe a teaching I could remember and repeat. Still, I took the broom and began to sweep. At first, my movements were rushed. My mind wandered, questioning the point of this task. The master watched quietly. After a while, he spoke. "You are already in tomorrow," he said. "Bring yourself back." I slowed down. I noticed the sound of the broom, the texture of the handle in my hands, the way the leaves gathered and separated. With each sweep, something inside me also began to settle. The master smiled just slightly. "When you sweep," he said, "only sweep. When you breathe, only breathe. When you walk, only walk. This is the way back to peace." I wanted to ask more questions, but something told me to remain silent. The quiet felt important. As we worked side by side, I felt my thoughts loosen their grip. The need to understand everything faded. There was only this moment, this breath, this movement. Later, we sat together beneath a tree. The master picked up a small stone and placed it in his palm. "If I hold this stone all day," he said, "it becomes heavy. But if I place it down, the weight disappears. The stone does not change. Only my holding does." He looked at me gently. "Your worries are the same." I felt something shift inside my chest. I had been holding onto so much, believing it was necessary, believing it defined me. Yet here, in this simple moment, I could feel how effortless it was to let go, even briefly. The master closed his eyes and began to breathe slowly. I followed. With each breath, the world seemed to grow quieter, not because sounds disappeared, but because my resistance to them softened. Birds called in the distance. Leaves whispered overhead. Everything belonged. "Peace is not silence," he said without opening his eyes. "Peace is allowing things to be exactly as they are." I realized then that I had been fighting my own life, pushing, resisting, grasping. The master was teaching me something simpler, to stop adding weight to each moment, to stop asking it to be different. When I finally stood to leave, the master bowed slightly. I bowed in return, feeling lighter than when I arrived. As I walked away, I understood that the lesson was not something I could carry in my mind. It was something I needed to practice with my whole being. Even now, when my thoughts grow loud, I remember the broom, the stone, the quiet presence of that master. I return to my breath. I return to this moment. And little by little, peace returns to me too. The night deepens without announcing itself. I become aware of it slowly, as if darkness is not falling but opening. The world feels farther away now, wrapped in a soft stillness. I sit alone, breathing quietly, and the silence of midnight surrounds me like a gentle cloak. Nothing asks for my attention. Nothing pulls me outward. I close my eyes and listen. At first, I hear the faint sounds of the night, the distant rustle of leaves, the subtle movement of air, the quiet settling of the earth. These sounds do not disturb me. They feel like part of a single, slow breath the world is taking with me. I allow them to pass through my awareness without numbing them, without following them. My breathing grows slower, deeper. I feel the cool air enter my nose, travel down into my chest, and softly expand my body from the inside. When I breathe out, it feels as though I am releasing the day itself. Every breath out carries away something unnecessary, a thought, a tension, a memory that no longer needs to be held. In this midnight stillness, my body begins to feel heavier, as if gravity has become kinder. My shoulders sink, my jaw loosens. Even my thoughts seem to grow tired. They arrive more slowly now, and when they do, they fade before forming into stories. I do not chase them. I let them dissolve on their own like mist touched by morning light. I imagine myself sitting beneath the open night sky. Above me, the moon hangs quietly, not trying to impress anyone, simply being what it is. Its light is soft and steady, touching everything without choosing. I feel that same light resting inside my chest, calm and unmoving. It does not need to grow brighter. It does not need to go anywhere. I turn my attention inward. I notice the gentle rise and fall of my body. With each inhale, I silently say, here. With each exhale, I silently say, now. Here, now, there is nothing else. The past has loosened its grip. The future has stepped back. Only this quiet moment remains. As I sit, I become aware of a vast space inside me, wide, open, and peaceful. Thoughts may appear at the edges of this space, but they do not disturb it. They float by like distant stars, beautiful but untouchable. I am not the thoughts. I am the space that holds them. Time feels different here. It stretches, softens, almost disappears. I am no longer waiting for anything. I am no longer trying to arrive somewhere else. This moment is complete on its own. The silence is not empty, it is full of rest. My breathing becomes so gentle that it almost feels like it is breathing itself. I no longer guide it, I simply allow it. Each breath feels like a quiet reassurance, reminding my body that it is safe, that it can rest deeply now. I sense the boundary between myself and the night growing thin. The quiet outside mirrors the quiet within. There is no separation, just stillness, breathing, being. The mind, once busy and restless, now rests like a calm lake under moonlight. If a thought arises, I meet it with kindness and let it go. There is nothing to solve, nothing to fix. In this midnight meditation, I am enough exactly as I am. The effort I once carried has melted into ease. Slowly, a feeling of deep peace spreads through me, warm and steady. It moves from my chest down into my arms, my legs, my hands, my feet. My whole body feels held by the night itself. My eyelids grow heavier, not from exhaustion, but from trust. I remain here, suspended in this quiet awareness, letting the meditation continue on its own. The silence guides me gently, effortlessly toward rest. There is nothing more to do, nothing more to think. Just this peaceful drifting deeper and deeper into the calm heart of the night. As the stillness settles more deeply, a quiet understanding begins to unfold within me. It is not sudden, not dramatic. It arrives the way calm water smooths a stone, slowly, patiently. I feel as if I am remembering something I once knew but forgot while moving too fast through life. I think about how often I searched for peace outside myself. I believed it lived somewhere else, in better circumstances, in answers, in control. Yet here, in this gentle quiet, I can sense that peace has never been absent. It was only covered, hidden beneath layers of wanting and resisting. A memory rises softly, not as a sharp thought, but as a feeling. I see myself carrying invisible burdens, expectations, regrets, unspoken fears. I carried them as if they were necessary, as if setting them down would mean losing who I am. Now, as I sit with my breath, I begin to understand that these burdens were never me. They were habits of holding. I imagine standing beside a calm river at night. The water flows without effort, without complaint. It does not cling to what passes through it. Leaves fall in, drift for a moment, then continue on their way. Watching this, something inside me loosens. I realize how tightly I have been holding my own thoughts, my own stories. I gently place those stories into the river of awareness and let them float away. Not because they are wrong, but because they no longer need my constant attention. With each release, my chest feels lighter. My breath feels freer. The space inside me grows wider and more welcoming. I notice a quiet warmth spreading from within, a sense of inner kindness I rarely offered myself before. There is no judgment here, no need to be better or different, just acceptance. I allow myself to rest in this acceptance, and it feels like coming home after a long journey. The idea of karma comes to mind, not as punishment or reward, but as gentle cause and effect. I see how every tense thought created tension, how every moment of letting go created ease. In this awareness, I feel compassion for my past struggles. I did the best I could with what I knew then. I breathe in forgiveness. I breathe out softness. Each breath feels like a quiet promise to myself to move through life with less force, less resistance. I do not need to carry everything anymore. The silence around me feels supportive, as if the night itself is listening. I sense that true inner peace is not something fragile. It does not break when life becomes noisy. It remains steady underneath, waiting to be noticed again. As my body grows heavier and more relaxed, my thoughts slow to a gentle rhythm. They no longer pull me away. They feel distant, unimportant. What matters now is this feeling of ease, this deep permission to rest. I allow this peace to settle fully into me like warm light filling every quiet corner. My breathing is slow and natural. My mind is calm and open. In this moment, nothing is missing. Nothing needs to change. I remain here, resting in this inner stillness, trusting it to hold me as I drift deeper into calm, deeper into rest, carried by a peace that has always been within me. The quiet now feels complete, as if nothing more needs to be added. I rest within it gently, without effort. My breathing is slow and natural, rising and falling on its own. Each breath feels like a soft reassurance, a silent message that everything is as it should be. I sense the night holding me with infinite patience. There is no urgency here, no expectation. The world has grown distant, not because it disappeared, but because it no longer needs my attention. I am allowed to rest fully, without guarding myself, without preparing for what comes next. In this stillness, a blessing forms, not spoken aloud, but felt deeply. It moves through me like a quiet warmth, settling in my chest, my hands, my feet. It carries no demand. It asks nothing in return. It is simply a wish for peace, offered gently, the way the moon offers its light. I bless this body for carrying me through every moment, even the difficult ones. I bless this mind for learning how to soften, how to release. I bless my heart for continuing to open, even when it once felt heavy. Everything within me is allowed to rest now. If there are worries still lingering at the edges of my awareness, I do not push them away. I let them fade naturally, trusting that they will find their place without my effort. For now, there is nothing I need to solve, nothing I need to remember. Sleep will take care of the rest. I imagine myself lying beneath a vast, peaceful sky. Stars watch quietly without judgment. The earth supports me without asking who I am or what I have done. In this moment, I belong completely. I am held. With each gentle breath out, my body sinks deeper into rest. My muscles soften further. My thoughts slow until they are barely whispers. Even those whispers dissolve into silence, leaving only a calm awareness behind. I allow gratitude to pass through me, soft, unforced. Gratitude for this pause, for this stillness, for the simple gift of rest. It does not need words. It is felt, then released. Now I let go of guiding anything at all. I do not follow the breath anymore. I do not watch the mind. I simply drift, carried by the quiet. The boundary between waking and sleeping grows thin, gentle, kind. If dreams come, they will come softly. If sleep arrives, it will arrive naturally. I trust this process completely. There is nothing to fear here, only rest. I remain wrapped in this silence, this blessing of calm, allowing myself to disappear into sleep the way a wave returns to the ocean, effortless, peaceful, complete.